Good Tuesday. You need your science textbook and your Tuesday planner. My textbook needs to be open to E22. Alright, changes in motion. So we are no longer in one position. Now we are up and about and moving, just like my camera did. Excuse me for just a second. Okay, changes. Oh my goodness. Please cooperate. Changes in motion. All right, our only word is friction, which you should know, but in case you don't, that's when we clap our hands together and rub them real fast and then feel our hand get hot. We are creating friction. Have you ever played a game of tug of war? In this game, a flag is tied to the middle of the rope and each team pulls on the rope. The team that pulls the rope hardest pulls the flag to the side. That team wins. Which team shown above do you think will win? Well, we got to determine the starting point. I bet the starting point's about right here. Kind of looks like this team with 3 people is pulling a little bit harder. So friction would be where their hands are hot or sore or even maybe like with like blisters when they got done playing. So if you've ever been on the monkey bars or in gymnastics class and you come out with those blisters on your hands, you caused too much friction and your skin couldn't keep up, so it blistered. Or if you've ever gotten carpet burn, rug burn, you've been a victim of friction. Usually friction is helpful in that it stops things like, when you're walking, you have rubber on the bottom of your shoes so you can stop so you don't fall. It looks like there's some pictures, another picture of tug of war and then some skiing. Let's check this out. What causes a change in motion? When each person pulls on the rope, each applies a force. When the forces are equal or balanced, there is no change in motion. So the scarf here is not going to move because they're equally matched. The flag stays at rest. What if one person pulls harder on the end of the rope? The forces are now unequal or unbalanced, and the flag will move to one side of the marker. So unequal forces like 2 versus 1. She is getting closer to the line, so they are pulling more. They have more force. There is a change in its motion. A change is an object's motion comes from all the forces that are acting on it. Unequal forces cause a change in motion. A change in motion occurs when an object starts moving or stops moving. It also occurs when a moving object speeds up, slows down, or changes direction. So I'm thinking of, riding my bike or being in mom and dad's car. So the skier starts moving and then they speed up and they turn, change direction, and then they start to slow down and then they even stop moving. So this is a change in motion, change in motion, change in motion, and another change in motion. So we had several there in that picture. How can you control friction? What happens when you roll a ball on the floor? Well, what kind of floor? Grass, concrete, flooring, carpet? It starts moving quickly, but soon it will slow down. Then it altogether stops. This means a force must be acting on the ball. The force that slows the ball down is called friction. Friction is the force that occurs when one object rubs against another. Like when you color with a crayon or a colored pencil, or even a marker. The way that you transfer the color from the piece of art tool to the paper or the canvas is through friction. The ball rubbing on the floor creates friction. Different materials produce different amounts of friction. Rough materials rub best. They produce a lot of friction. So concrete, gravel, a piece of wood. While smooth materials don't rub well. So glass or plastic, usually metal, they produce less friction. Other materials such as rubber are smooth but still produce a lot of friction. So the rubber wheat tiles here are keeping the Jeep on the road even though it's wet. Now if it's icy, that's a whole different problem because the ice is solid. It can't really be moved as quickly as water, and it can cause the cars to slide. No friction. Friction slows things down. You can't get rid of it, but you can change the amount that you have. People use slippery things to reduce friction, like oil is often put on moving parts of machines. To increase friction, people use rough or sticky things, like the skates. They have the rubber pad at the back so the skater can stop. Looks like they're putting oil on that hinge there. Your car has brakes, your bicycle has brakes, your scooter probably has brakes. Different types of motion. Forces can cause objects to move in different ways. When you ride your bicycle, you pedal to move it forward. If you need to turn, you move the handlebars. You push on the one side and pull on the other. So you push down one wheel, you pull back up the other. This pair of forces turns the wheel of the bicycle. Suppose you keep pedaling at the same speed and hold the handlebars so your bike travels in a circle. This is called circular motion, so you're making a circle. Circular motion changes the direction of an object so that it goes in a circle and not in a straight line. Wheels, merry-go-rounds, and tops all move in circles. Objects can move up and down. A wave is an up and down or back and forth movement. You may have seen water waves. Sound and light waves are not easy to see, but all waves have certain characteristics. So they travel up and then back down, up and back down. You can see my hand like this, up and back down, up, back down. The highest part of a wave is called the crest. That's usually the white part. If you've ever been to the beach and you see the water lapping, you see the white coloring. The lowest part is the trough, like trophosphere. So trough means low. A wave can be described and measured by its length. Wavelength is the distance from one crest to another. You move objects in your body every day. To do so, you use forces. One force that you need and use is friction. Without friction, you couldn't grip a doorknob, or even pick up a ball. You would slip when you tried to walk. Once you were moving, you might not be able to even stop. And I love this page. I'll let you read it on your own. Windmills and water wheels. This reminds me of Branson. And we've talked about these so many times. I know y'all. I love this page. So the turning blades are collecting wind energy, and the turning wheel collects water. I'll let you check that out after we do this workbook page. Changes in motion. I only had the one vocab word today. Pretty straightforward. The diagram on E24 shows how unbalanced blank create a change in motion. Unbalanced forces. In the top part of that diagram, nothing moves because both sides blank equally. Both sides, I guess pull equally. The bottom part of the diagram shows that unequal forces cause a change in the blank of the rope, cause a change in the position. A change in an object's motion is the result of all of the forces that are acting on that object. The skier on E25 shows different types of blank in motion, and the title here says changes. The diagram shows that a body at rest can start moving. A moving body can speed up, change blank, or slow down. What did he do here? Change direction. The last part of that diagram shows that a body can stop moving. If you need to catch up here, pause the video. Otherwise, we're going on to the back. How can we control friction? Friction is a force that occurs when one object blanks against another object. One object rubs. So like when we took our hands and it's getting warm. And I feel like the back of my arm's burning because I'm having to work so hard. Ooh, my hands are warm. I created energy. A ball rubbing across a floor creates friction. A great deal of friction is produced by blank materials. I think it said rough. Even though rubber is blank, it produces a lot of friction. Smooth. I don't know what letter that is, Ashley. There we go. Slippery things can be used to reduce. So make it easier to work. Rough or sticky things can be used to, I think this is increase. Yeah, increase. Excuse me. What are different types of motion? Gotta turn the page there. A change in the direction of an object so that it moves in a circle and not in a straight line is called a circular motion. So like doing donuts in the mud. A wave makes a up and down movement. So we have one that goes this way, and we have one that goes this way. And anything can move like this, especially wind. Water can move like this in a hurricane. And then this can be a wave or wind as well. Also light and sound move in waves. Okay, if you have any questions on your science workbook packet or page, it's not a packet anymore, is it? Let me know. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.